I'm here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, sitting on my back porch at my parents' house, and just had a moment of incredible appreciation and inspiration for this tree, these trees in this forest. I mean, so much we see these things in terms of human terms, as a resource, a natural resource to be, you know, cut and to make lumber and wood chips and what have you, and there's value there. But what really struck me is like seeing these trees on their own terms, and for what an extraordinary piece of design they are. Something far beyond anything we can create now as humans. And these things start from the little teeny, incy beansy seed, and on their own, with no help from us, with just sunlight, water, and air, they grow and they assemble themselves. They self-organize into a amazing structure. Wood is actually a higher performing material than steel. As a mechanical engineer, we learned about this. It has higher strength to density ratios than steel. So it's actually a much better material due to how low density it is and how it spaces out its mass. So these trees self-organize and grow and become incredibly tall. I mean, here we're talking 50 feet, maybe 30, 50 feet. In other parts of the world, like where I live in California, we're talking hundreds of feet. And they do it at room temperature, or generally very mild temperatures. No heat beat and treat as we do to make steel and things like that. The most amazing thing is that they heal themselves. They don't require maintenance. They're self-maintaining. On top of that, they provide shade. They provide biomass. I mean, you can see this is really lush soil here that's just year after year mulching and composting on its very own. The trees are also habitat. If we're lucky, we're going to see some squirrels, but you can hear the birds. It's habitat for them. It's nests for them. This forest is full of deer who eat the leaves, the saplings, and are fed by this. And what's great about this is that the tree itself, it's doing everything it needs to as a single independent tree grow and be strong and maximize its potential. Yet everything it does is also benefiting everything around it in terms of it building soil, creating shade to keep the temperatures cool. In terms of when it dies, it produces food for bacteria and homes for small animals. It's providing homes right now for birds, ants, and the like. It's providing oxygen for the animal community, absorbing CO2. As humans, we haven't even come close to being able to design things that are this elegant in their function. I mean, these are solar panels that completely blow out of the water our photovoltaics in terms of their efficiency to converting sunlight into energy. And on top of that, this is beautiful. All this is beautiful. I mean, a leaf is a beautiful thing. A forest is a beautiful thing. They make us feel more whole, more connected. They have an immense impact on our experience, and people go out of their way to visit forests and wildlands as well as to live near them and to plant them, and we're very connected to all this. So as we continue to develop and grow as a species and a society and all that, I think it's really important to appreciate the incredible genius that is already out there in the world in terms of design, in terms of function. And the more we can begin to mimic these processes ourselves, as well as begin to work with them, work with natural processes, begin to design restorative developments and communities, begin to interweave our human-built environment with the natural environment, there's really not a need to replace one with the other. In the Native American cultures indigenous cultures that were here long before us. There was over 180 languages. There's a Facebook meme that went around recently, and not one of them, not one of these unique languages had a word for nature or for environment. And that's because they did not conceive of it as something separate from us. And in our language, of course, we've created this separation, but part of my work is to begin to weave those two worlds back together and creating communities and developments that not only mimic nature and how they're designed and how they function, but integrate nature and begin to reweave natural systems into our roofs and our developments, and begin to restore water flows and soil building and all the things that make an ecosystem function into how our built environments function. And the beautiful thing is that doesn't have to come at a cost. That can come at a benefit. And we all know that we feel much better in places that are beautiful and that are green, and it's why we spend lots of money to travel to these places. So why not integrate it into the fabric of our daily life and our built environments, and be inspired by the 4 billion years of design genius that we are a part of.